Chapter 22, A Night with the A-List. Things start to return to normal after 2 months of on-air hand-holding at the radio station, and eventually the CNN 9/11 updates fade from our station. Out of nowhere, Steele busts into the studio like the Kool-Aid pitcher. He has a smile and asks me if I'm ready for a road trip. We need to incorporate a bit of fun on the radio again, bro. All right, well, what are you thinking? Listen to this. I'm sending Mr. LA and Glenn out to Hollywood for the VH1 Awards. Okay, another order of Forrest Gump Hellboy coming right up, and this one will be for the ages. Glenn is our midday DJ. I couldn't be more excited to show Glenn around the hot spots of LA. His father is nearing the end of his life, and helping his dad through this difficult time has taken its toll. Obviously, Glenn needs and deserves this trip to the West Coast much more than me. He helped me get my start in radio, so I want to show him that I made some good things happen while out in LA. Maybe I can take him along the Beaver Suit Transport route. A tour of the places where my big opportunities died due to eye twitching is out of the question. We are staying at the Wyndham Village on Sunset. The purpose of being here is to promote the VH1 Big in O2 Awards. We'll be set up with about 20 other stations at the Shrine Auditorium to interview celebrities and performers today, which is the day before the awards. Our interviews and our show will be broadcast live back in St. Louis. The return has me twisted a bit, a mixture of remorse and mostly relief. I put Jen and I in a financial bind when we were living in Los Angeles. It's good to know that particular experience is hopefully in the past. That's the relief. The remorse centers around my unrealistic expectation to have made it bigger during the year and 3 months in Hollywood. Of course, I've never been good with mixed feelings, so I direct my thoughts and energy towards being a good tour guide for Glenn. The day starts with some excitement when we get in our hotel elevator to see Sean Penn waiting to go down. I say, "Hey, man." He says, "Hey." Glenn and I look at each other through an awkward silence as we wait for the elevator to ding our arrival in the lobby. Sean freaking Penn. It doesn't get any bigger than that. Add in LA traffic with our huge star sighting, and the blood is already pumping when we get to the remote broadcast for VH1 at the Shrine Auditorium. A few Klonopin down the hatch and the broadcast goes well. We talk with Jewel, Bon Jovi's Richie Sambora, Creed, and the guy from Office Space, Ron Livingston. I don't tell him about the deplorable coke night I spent with his movie after 9/11. Not cool. Jewel is stunning in person. Livingston could not have been more down to earth, and Richie Sambora seemed buzzed. It's apparent to Glenn and me both that Creed are well into their 15 minutes of fame after this interview. Huge egos, very little charisma. They break up 2 years later. Evidently, the Wyndham Village is a preferred hotel for huge celebrities. We learn a very useful thing about seeing celebrities on this trip. They like to drink, but not at big bars. Usually, the huge celebrities hang out in a hotel bar, the concierge tells us. The Wyndham Village bar is small, dark, and intimate. It's lined with low couches and cozy chairs. The sitting area has 2 partitions that split the cocktail area into 3 small spaces. People can be seen through small glassless windows in each partition. The entire bar is decorated in mauve purple. When Glenn and I arrive, the area is empty. We sit down in the middle and order 2 Bud Lights. Reflecting on the day at VH1 causes some loud laughter. This experience has been fun. We're eager to hit the strip and see the LA people now. While we pay our tab, we notice that another group is gathered in the sitting area to our left. The Wyndham waiters are standing behind this threesome that is now seated. I look. It's Sean Penn, I whisper loudly. Sean Penn again. Glenn slowly peers through the partition. He's with the guy from The Legend of Billie Jean. Pete Coyote, Glenn whispers back. No way. Peter Coyote's been in many films. He's also the deep-voiced good scientist in E.T. One of the Wyndham waiters comes over to get my credit card. Hey, is that Sean Penn over there? The very polite man appears to be from India, maybe. Yes, sir. Also, the author Hunter S. Thompson and Peter Coyote are having cocktails with Mr. Penn. Hunter S. Thompson, I'm reading the rum diary right now, I whisper loudly. I have it in my toiletries bag. Well, that's nice, sir, the waiter replies. Toiletries? I've lost all remnants of cool. By now, we've been drinking for about 5 hours since our broadcast ended. We are buzzed heavily. You know, you should go up to them and say hi, Glenn suggests. Nah, I don't do that kind of thing anymore. It's cool to be here with them, but believe me, that is always awkward. Okay, I'm just saying you'll probably regret it if you don't, Paul. You do it, G. No, I don't have that in me. This is a job for Paul. Glenn orders 2 Jack and Cokes. I see what you're doing, I tell him. We just need a little Jack. You are going to do this. I ponder it. This celebrity approach has the potential to end badly. I reluctantly recall a story about Hunter S. Thompson that proves he doesn't appreciate strangers. Evidently, he had some legal issues when he lived in Colorado that his fans thought he didn't deserve. One day, getting back to his farm after a court date, he noticed that a group had gathered on the edge of his property to support him with free Hunter signs. After a while, the spirited chanting of his name was interrupted by the popping sound of close-by gunshots. As the Hunter S. Thompson faithful scrambled for cover, they noticed that their hero was the one shooting at them. So tonight, how will he respond to a messy-headed punk disturbing him in a closed meeting with his A-list friends? And what if he's packing? Some food is what we need to soak up this liquor. We order 2 cheeseburgers at the bar. They help level us a bit. But Glenn is still working me like Wall Street's Bud Fox. You got to do this. That's Sean Penn. I don't answer. I'm in a bar where the reclusive legend Hunter S. Thompson is drinking. I have to try to at least flash him a smile. Glenn is right. In as little as an hour, I will feel major regret for not making a story of this wonderful opportunity. All right, I'm going in. After all of his pushing, Glenn now looks shocked, like he's awakened a sleeping pit bull. And he has. His surprised expression reveals that he didn't actually think his pressing would be successful. It was merely the fun of it. By now, there are 5 people sitting having drinks. Hunter S. Thompson and Sean Penn appear to be telling an animated story together. Peter Coyote is now gone. Sean wears all black with a black sports coat. Standing in a guard position is our waiter. He steps closer to me as I approach. Then Sean sees me out of the corner of his eye. It's too late to bail now. I clear my throat. Dead air. Slow moving. Hey guys, the last thing I want to do is bother you, really. Silence, with all eyes on me now. But I hate myself. I didn't tell you that you are my favorite author, and I believe you are the best actor of this generation. What? Are you a cop? Hunter says without missing a beat. No, I'm a abuser. Have a seat, says Thompson. No, Penn interjects. But thank you very much. Sean Penn shakes my hand. I immediately turn and head back to Glenn, who is now positioned cross-eyed on a bar couch. His mouth hangs open to the point of an unhinged jaw. I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe it either. That was crazy. You talked to Sean Penn. What did Hunter say to you? He thought I was a cop, so Oh my God, Nicole Kidman is right behind you at the bar. The statuesque beauty is wearing an off-white dress with hair up. She is 3 feet in front of the bar, standing with 2 handlers. Glenn and I give each other this is not happening look, but it is. I'm still reeling from my Sean Penn drive-by. With no prodding, I get back up and walk to the bar immediately to Nicole's left. 2 Jack and Cokes, please, I order. Then, like it was just chance, I pretend to discover her on my right. Oh, I say softly, offhandedly. Kidman looks straight ahead. Then she turns and looks right at me. Hi there, how are you? I say softly. She lowers her chin and says, "I'm quite fine, thank you very much." Her beauty stuns me. Looking into Nicole Kidman's blue eyes, I realize that she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. It's unsettling. I'm frozen. She appears to be a foot taller than me. I snap out of it and begin to shuffle. The man standing behind Kidman makes a gesture. And just like that, our drinks are free. After getting them, I head back to Glenn. What an incomprehensible 5 minutes I've just experienced. Both Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn would be nominated for Best Actor Academy Awards this year. Neither wins this time, but they don't get more A-list than that. After a couple minutes, Penn approaches Kidman, and they leave together to go to the dining room. She was there to meet him to talk about a project. That project turns out to be a movie called The Interpreter. It saw mild success in 2005. Glenn and I are absolutely flying about our star conquest, so we hit the Strip to tell everyone. Our first stop is my favorite LA destination, Red Rock. It's totally packed on a Friday night, and we have to wait to get in with a group from some other radio stations who are also in LA for the VH1 Awards. We share our story with them. No one can believe it. By the time we get into the packed bar, grab a drink, and move to the back of the place, the rumors buzz that Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn are partying on the Strip. Our experience has traveled the entire bar faster than us. And now people are telling us about it, almost elbow to elbow in the bar. A blonde to my right says, "I hear Nicole Kidman and Sean Penn are at one of the bars already." Glenn and I blurt out together, "We saw them." "No way," she says. Talking to her for a couple of minutes reveals that she is also here from St. Louis, and she was on the Wheel of Fortune today. She was on the NFL special with Rams quarterback Kurt Warner, the MVP of the 2000 Super Bowl. Evidently, she totally sucked on the show. Red Rock is her oasis destination tonight to drink away all the woes with her husband. "I need to meet Sean Penn," she yells. "Shawnee!" Glenn and I yell back. Then we agree to go to the Wyndham Bellagio bar again. The blonde and husband bring her mother, too. Another group of people staying at the hotel follow us as well. When we enter the Wyndham bar, it's much more crowded, with no sign of the celebrities. We grab our middle seating area position again. The group we've assembled now takes up all the couches and chairs in that section. Energy is high. Having that experience is literally like taking a drug for Glenn and me. We talk and laugh and have good-natured arrogance about the fact that it happened to only us. A guy from another radio station says, "Well, where are they now? You gotta prove they were actually here." Proving it doesn't matter to Glenn or me. We know it happened just as we described it. "Oh, I wanted to see Sean Penn." Blonde girl is disappointed. Suddenly it hits me that I need to call Jen and tell her about what happened. So I sit in the back of our little section in the center of a low couch, dialing my phone. People standing fill the area now. Jen answers. The bar is loud. I shout, "Jen, you won't believe who I talked to." "Who?" she answers in a muffled tone. "Nicole Kidman." And suddenly, I see our group of 15 people separate like someone's been shot. The bullet is none other than Sean Penn. He splits the crowd and heads right for me. Everyone in the group goes quiet. He's right over me now. "I wanted to thank you," Sean says to me in a Brooklyn accent. "Your enthusiasm was much appreciated." He extends his hand. "No problem, thanks, Sean. My friend Hunter was complaining that people of your age don't get him right when you walked up and said you loved his work." Wow, that's great. I'm glad I could help. Thank you. He turns and walks back through our stunned group. Glenn stands to my right. "What the hell? Sean Penn just approached you." Blonde girl scurries up. "He was talking to you. What did he say?" "He thanked me for my enthusiasm." I realize I never hung up the phone. "You still there?" "Oh my God, I heard that," Jen says. Whatever excitement tipped the scales before is now at a dangerous level, and it caused everyone to throw back their cocktails. It makes me wonder if it turns into this at every bar a major celebrity attends. What must it be like to have this swarm of energy around you? No wonder they have a hard time with long-term relationships. Celebrities are used to constant puppy love. When that fresh love dust fades, all they know to do is search for another supply of fuzzy. This hotel bar is so small that you have to leave and enter the lobby to go to the bathroom. I need a minute to gather myself. The light of the lobby strongly contrasts the low light in this bar. The beams are sobering. While walking, I run into Mr. Gonzo journalist himself, Hunter S. Thompson. Actors are made for the camera in daylight, and they make the cameras quite often. But obviously, writers are more reclusive and mysterious. To me, the presence of Hunter S. Thompson is a bigger thrill than even Sean Penn. Penn is the star of movies, but movies have been made about Hunter S. Thompson. This living legend is leaving the bathroom as I'm entering it. "Hey there," I throw at him. Hunter says, "Howdy, sir," then makes a half-Nazi salute. "Hold on!" I stop, and so does a girl leaving the women's room. "May I see your lipstick?" he says to her. She roots through her bag and hands it to him. I stand next to her and watch him apply the red lipstick, purposely going outside of his lips. He then puts the cap back on and hands it back. As he walks away, he says, "Thanks." I never see him again. This transcendent writer would die of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head in 2005. He was 67. In his books, he talked frequently about getting the fear. I can't help but think we suffered from similar demons and afflictions in varying degrees. Back alive now, I'm dealing with a great measure of awestruck excitement overload. This is too much, I keep saying to myself, but we're just getting started. In this small 2-urinal bathroom, I'm semi-stunned to notice I'm peeing next to Sean frickin' Penn. More accurately, he is peeing. I'm stricken with a mammoth episode of gun shyness. This is too much. While washing up, he turns to me and says, "What crew you with?" in his thick Brooklyn accent. Sean is from Santa Monica, though. Crew, I'm with a radio station. We're here from St. Louis. I now feel myself slipping into Sean's East Coast accent. "Well, I'm going to come talk to you in a minute," he promises. I trot back to Glenn. "Shawnee just told me he's going to come talk to us." "Truly an unbelievable night," says Glenn. By this time, the bar is cleared out for a bit. It's past midnight, and most of the sightseers have gotten this week's story to tell, and now they're on to bigger clubs. It's just Glenn and me sitting now. Wheel of Fortune girl's husband sits in the background. Glenn and I are talking when Sean Penn walks up and grabs a chair next to me. "So yeah, it was great timing when you walked up earlier tonight. It was something Hunter really needed to hear." "Well, it was honest, man. I really love his work." Glenn says, "Oh yeah, he's done some great things. Fear and Loathing on the campaign trail too. Does he still do some stuff for Rolling Stone?" "Some." "Well played, Glenn." I catch his eyes. We can't believe we're having this conversation with one of Hollywood's coolest bad boys. "So, you guys from the Midwest?" Sean lights a cigarette. "Yeah, St. Louis," Glenn replies. "I just moved back there from here a couple months ago." "LA?" "Yeah. I had a screenplay." He says nothing. Yet another person, the word screenplay, fails to impress. I do a Chris Farley-esque, "Damn, why did I say that?" in my head. Then I pick it back up. "Traveling has certainly changed with 9/11. Yeah, I was trapped in London for 9/11, says Glenn. "Yeah, it's all a mess. Afghanistan," Sean replies. Standing 3 feet away is the bar manager, who's been following Sean all night, attending to all his needs. His name is Dimitri. Dimitri has been freshening up Sean's drinks repeatedly. He's also the guy who almost blocked me out on my first approach of the night. "Hate fucking Bill O'Reilly," says Sean. Glenn and I agree. I failed to tell Sean about my experience with O'Reilly in the FX lunchroom, and actually I have no clarity of recollection right now to share that. He doesn't get it, and he's so fucking arrogant. Sean continues. By now, the husband of the Wheel of Fortune girl has sidled up. His wife and mother-in-law are now on the other side of the bar. Some of Sean's people are still there. Husband nervously interjects, "What was it like working with Susan Sarandon in Dead Man Walking?" It was good. She's very talented." "Where's your wife, man?" I ask the husband. "She's over there." "She's talking to my friend," Sean mourns. "Let me tell you, he's the middleweight champion of Prussia. I'd get over there, dude." We all laugh. The husband gathers his drink and wanders away. Not to sound like a simple fan like that, but I can tell you're really enjoying the directing, I say to Sean. "I'm glad you can see that. I can express and convey my message best that way. I find my head working more and more in the directing mindset." Sean Penn puts his hand up. "Dimitri, please get 3 Fernet Brancas for me and my friends." "My pleasure, Mr. Penn." "You are going to love this," he tells us. "What is it?" asks Glenn. "You won't find it many places. Fernet Branca will give you pep." "Sweet," I yell. Speaking of great directing, I watched Apocalypse Now again this week. Great stuff, says Glenn. "Marlon is an amazing individual," Penn tells us. We are actually having a conversation with Sean Penn about Marlon Brando. Nuts. "You know him?" I ask. "We studied with the same teacher in New York." "Is that Stella?" I offer. "Yes, it is," he says, surprised. "Dimitri is waiting for his break." "Here are your spirits, sir." He puts 3 snifter glasses down on the cocktail table that only Glenn, Sean, and me surround now. "You take it all down," says Sean. He drinks it like water. We try to do the same. It burns severely. My eyes feel like they're melting in my head. Sean slams down the glass. "You, my friend, will have a great shit tomorrow." Sean laughs with his jack-o'-lantern grin. Unfortunately, the drink isn't done with us. Glenn and I can't stop coughing. We feel rude because we're interrupting Sean trying to get back into more talk about his politics. "Dimitri, 2 waters for my friends." "Yes, sir." Water helps slow down the coughing, but it can't stop the world from speeding up. The next hour is a bit blurry. I recall having a ton of fun yucking it up with him. I even remember grabbing his thigh during my animated stories, and he didn't seem to mind. When the bar closes at about 2 a.m., Sean gathers his cigarettes and glass to leave. Glenn is in the bathroom. It's just us 2 now. "Hey, Sean, do you have a bump?" In that one instant, his face changes completely. That huge expressive smile turns quickly to indifference. "No, man, I gotta get up early tomorrow," he says, looking past me. He walks over to the area where the middleweight champ of Prussia is and then disappears. Somehow, the movie's hurly-burly and Fast Times took over, and I couldn't see Sean Penn any other way.